Hi students, how are you? Today we are going to discuss some important problems in laws of motion. See first one. The same horizontal force acts on two blocks of masses 4 kg and 2 kg resting on a smooth horizontal surface. The ratio of the times taken by them to cover equal distances is. Here two blocks are there whose masses are m1 is equal to 4 kg, m2 is equal to 2 kg. m1 is equal to 4 kg, m2 is equal to 2 kg. Both are at rest initially. That's why initial velocity u becomes 0. Then they travel equal distances. From s is equal to ut plus half a square. Since u becomes 0, write s is equal to half a square. Now this can be also written as half into, instead of a we write f by m into t square. So finally s is equal to half f by m into t square. In this relation, distance s is constant and the same horizontal force. So f is also constant, 2 is also constant. Now write the relation between t and m, that is t proportional to root m. Now the ratio of times, that means t1 by t2 is equal to root of m1 by m2. This is equal to root of what is the value of m1? 4 by m2 value is 2. This is root 2 by 1. So option D is correct. Next see second one. A horizontal force F produces an acceleration of 6 meter per second square on a block resting on smooth horizontal surface. The same force produces an acceleration of 3 meter per second square on a second block resting on a horizontal surface. If the two blocks are tied together and the same force acts, then acceleration produced in the system is in meter per second square. Here finally the two blocks tied together, then total mass capital M is equal to m1 plus m2. By using Newton's second law, m is equal to f by a, and this will be written as f by a1 plus here f by a2. Here the total horizontal force is same at every situation. That's why m is written as f by a, here f by a1, here f by a2. F will be cancelled. Finally, we get 1 by a is equal to 1 by a1 plus 1 by a2. From this, write a is equal to a1 a2 by a1 plus a2. Put a1 value is 6, a2 value is 3. We get finally 6 into 3 by 6 plus 9 is equal to 2. So option B is correct. Next see third one. An object initially at rest explodes, disintegrate into three parts of equal masses. Parts 1 and 2 have same speeds, v, that is v, and move perpendicular. Then part 3 speed is, here initially an object is at rest. So that's why its initial momentum becomes 0. After explosion, the total momentum remains constant, in which three parts are there, in which two parts have same mass and move same speeds in perpendicular direction. So this is the first part. Momentum is mv, consider. Second one is also momentum mv, because their masses become equal, speed also equal and perpendicular with each other. Now the resultant of these two parts is in this direction, that is P12 is equal root of mv whole square plus mv whole square. We get finally root 2 into mv. By law of conservation of linear momentum, in explosion the total momentum remains constant. That's why the momentum of the first two parts will be balanced by third part. So that's why third part moves in this direction, whose momentum is, suppose P3 is equal m into v3, because mass is same, m into velocity is v3, consider. Now by law of conservation of linear momentum, equating m into v3 is equal to root 2 into mv. So both sides m will get cancelled. v3 is equal to root 2 into v. So option A is correct. Now see another one.
Start.
Okay, now we see another problems. That is fourth one. Three blocks are connected as shown. If m1 is 1 kg, m2 is 8 kg, m3 is 27 kg, and tension along the third mass P3 is 36 Newton, then T2 will be. T2 means the tension in between m2 and m3. First we have to know the acceleration of the system. A is equal, you know the formula, external force. Here external force is T3 by total mass m1 plus m2 plus m3. So what is acceleration? External force by total mass. Here T3 value has given 36 by m1 plus m2 plus m3 is 1 plus 8 plus 27. This is also equal to 36. 36 by 36 is equal to 1. So A value 1. But we want T2 value. You know T2 is written as, this is external force. From this side we want tension here. That's why the remaining mass m1 plus m2 into acceleration. So once again, the T2 value can be written as, we see from external force side here, the remaining mass m1 plus m2 into acceleration. Now m1 plus m2 is 1 plus 8 into acceleration value is 1. So totally we get 9 Newton. Option B is right. Fifth problem, also related to fourth problem. This is find the contact forces between A and B and B and C. A and B and B and C. First we have to find the acceleration value. A is equal total external force cap F by total mass m plus 2m plus 4m. This is equal to F by 7m. Now we want force in between A and B is equal, from the external force side I want tension or contact force here. Now the total mass 2m plus 4m into acceleration A. This is equal to 6m into A. Instead of A, write F by 7m. mm get cancelled. We get 6f by 7. This is the force in between A and B, 6f by 7. Similarly, you find FBC. Contact force between B and C is, here from external force side, we want here. That's why remaining mass is 4m. 4m into A. Now 4m into A value is F by 7m. mm get cancelled. Finally, we get 4f by 7. C in order. First 6f by 7 and then 4f by 7. So option B is right answer. Next to see sixth one. With what minimum acceleration can a fireman slice down a rope whose breaking strength is 2/5 of his weight? Here the apparent weight of a person R is equal to m of g minus a, because the person moves slide down. That's why we take m of g minus a. But R is given as 2/5 of its weight. Weight is mg. So R is 2/5 into mg is equal m of g minus a. Both sides m get cancelled. Now a is equal to g minus 2/5g. This is equal to 3/5 into g. this is equal to 0.6 G. So option C is correct. Now see seventh one. Two bodies of masses 4 kg and 6 kg are attached to the ends of a string passing over a pulley. The 4 kg mass is attached to the tabletop by another string. The tension in the string T1 is. Here look at the diagram. This is 4 kg and this is 6 kg. Here tension is in upward direction. We know this is T and this is T. But the tension between 4 kg and this ground is T1. Now we find T1 value. First, right side. You know right side. T is equal. Here consider the system is in equilibrium. Okay, that means the system is at rest. So we write right side first as T is equal to mg. M means 6 into g here. So this is the first equation. And you see left side here upward direction T is equal to 4g plus again T1. Okay, so this is the second equation. Solve these two equations, we get T1 is equal to 2g and g value is given as 10. So 2 into 10 is equal to 20 Newton. Right, option A is correct. Okay. And see another one. An object is resting at the bottom of two strings which are inclined at an angle of 120 degrees with each other. Each tension is 20 Newton. The maximum weight of the object that can be sustained without breaking the string is. Here, two strings are inclined at an angle of 120 degrees. Okay. They are suspended by a common support. This is first string and this is second one. The angle between them is 120 degree. Now draw a perpendicular here. This angle is 60 and this is also 60 degree. The tension is same. That is each tension is 20. So T is equal to 20. This is also T. Tension always acts towards support. You know it. That's why this is in this direction and this is in this direction. Totally in upward direction. This component is T cos theta. This also in this direction upward component T cos theta. Totally in upward direction 2T cos 60 is there, which is balanced by the weight of the body here, W in downward direction. This is equal to W downward direction. Now I want to find the weight of the body. Now W is equal to 2 into T into cos 60. T value is given 20 into cos 60 is 1 by 2. So weight of the body is 20 Newton. Option B is correct. Next see ninth one. A horizontal force of 10 Newton is necessary to just to hold a block stationary against a wall. So due to the acting of this force on a block, it is at rest. Okay. Now the coefficient of friction between the block and the wall is 0.2. So mu is equal to 0.2 and applied force is 10 Newton. The weight of the block is. Here weight of the block mg acts vertically downwards, but the body doesn't move downward direction because of friction between block and wall. That is in upward direction here. This is friction. So the body is at rest means here the weight of the body mg is balanced by frictional force. Now friction formula you know mu into n. That is here normal reaction force. This is n. Okay, mu is given 0.2 into n value normal force is given n. So totally we get weight of the body is 2 Newton. So option A is correct. The last one, 10th problem. a body takes n times as much time to slide down an identical 45-degree rough incline as it takes to slide down a smooth 45-degree incline. The coefficient of friction mu is how much? Here there is a condition given, that is time taken to travel a body from top to bottom along rough inclined plane is equal to n times of the same situation of smooth inclined plane. So we take T rough is equal to n into T smooth. You know the time taken formula, root of 2L by g of sin theta minus mu k cos theta. This is for rough inclined surface is equal to n into, on smooth inclined surface we take time value root of 2L by g sin theta. Now squaring on both sides we get 2L by g of sin theta minus mu k cos theta is equal to n square into 2L by g sin theta. Both sides 2L by g get cancelled. Now reciprocals the fraction, we get sin theta minus mu k cos theta is equal to sin theta by n square. We want to find the mu value. That's why minus mu k cos theta is taken towards right side. Mu k cos theta and right side value is taken towards left side and common sin theta. Then we get sin theta of 1 minus 1 by n square. Now mu k is equal to sin theta by cos theta. We get finally tan theta of 1 minus 1 by n square. This is the basic formula. But in our problem, angle of inclination is 45-degree. That's why we get mu k is equal tan 45 is 1. So finally we get 1 minus 1 by n square. Option A is correct. Okay, thank you.